So today I'm talking about one of the smallest, most unexciting pieces of gear that has also been one of the best gear investments that I've made, and that is an L-bracket, and specifically my Smallrig L-bracket. And so I'm going to talk about why such a boring little piece of metal has been so valuable to my workflow and how it might be beneficial to yours as well. So first of all, for those of you who don't know what is an L-bracket, it's literally just a piece of metal shaped like an L, but made to fit your camera. And it's also manufactured so that both sides of the L fit into an Arca Swiss mount for a tripod head. And this has a few advantages in and of itself. The first being that because of this, you can switch from being in vertical to horizontal mode on your tripod without having to move the tripod or adjust the tripod head. A lot of the quality options for L-brackets are also going to have an adjustable side plate that's going to allow you to also have access to all of your ports on the camera. And specifically with the Smallrig options, that comes with a tool that is magnetically clipped onto the L-bracket so that you can adjust this at any time without having to worry about carrying an extra tool around or potentially losing that tool as well. So how is it useful? And the first main use for it is just being able to switch back and forth between being mounted vertically and horizontally without having to change your tripod head or move your tripod or anything like that, and keep your composition, which can sound kind of lame, but on a shoot, it can actually be invaluable, especially if you're trying to take vertical photos and then switch to taking the horizontal photos. And if a client then says, oh, hey, let's change this one thing and we want to get one more shot with the vertical, it can mean the difference in just getting that one extra shot and having to go back and reshoot all of the vertical shots because your composition is just going to be slightly off. Now, the reason that I actually bought the L-bracket in the first place was because I tend to use my camera on travel tripods. And with travel tripods, first of all, I like to shoot a lot with my Canon R using the adapter and connecting then the Sigma 24-70 f2.8 art lens. And that is a big heavy lens, and because I have it adapted onto a mirrorless body, it also makes the setup pretty front heavy. And with the travel tripods, a lot of times the ball heads aren't the strongest, and even for decent ball heads, it's a little bit hard to have all of that weight balanced so far at the front and keep it exactly locked into position. So what I ran into a lot of times was that the ball head would just slip a little bit over time. So with the L-bracket, I can mount the camera vertically, and that's going to leave all of the weight more or less on axis, and that's going to make it much easier even for a little bit cheaper end ball heads to be able to handle that weight. Now, specifically to the Smallrig L-bracket, it has some mounting points on it, which means that you can use this for mounting a few accessories, mics, monitors, things like that onto the camera as well. And the L-bracket itself has some weight to it. Now, it's not enough weight that it's going to make it hard to carry your camera around or difficult to shoot for long periods of time or something, but I like it for video, especially shooting vertical video, because it gives a little bit more on-axis weight and just helps to keep the camera that much steadier when you're filming. And even if you're not shooting portrait video, kind of a cool hack with the L-bracket, and this is not necessarily a permanent solution, but you can extend that side plate and have kind of a makeshift handle. And that's going to be a lot easier to pack and have in a camera bag or something without having a big setup and attaching the handle when you get there, to just have a really quick option to get a little bit more steady while you're hand holding the camera. So how could an L-bracket fit into your workflow? And first of all, I will say do not skimp on quality with an L-bracket. Make sure that you at least get one that is going to be fit specifically to your camera body. If it fits to your camera body, it's going to be able to stay on there and not come loose at all. And if the L-bracket is at all loose, it completely negates the point of having an L-bracket in the first place. And I am not affiliated or sponsored by Smallrig, although I will have affiliate links for some of their products in the description below if you would like to pick up some of these products. But I will say, in general, their products are reliable and are typically a great value for the price, and I have been super impressed with this Smallrig L-bracket, and I definitely recommend it if you want to get something that's relatively affordable but is going to hold up well and be very useful for you. There are definitely other high quality L-bracket options, but they can get super expensive. So for photographers and hybrid shooters, I think this is really perfect. For photographers, there's no downside here. And for hybrid photo video shooters, I think it's a great compromise between a cage, because it still allows you to shoot vertically, but you also have some mounting points to be able to mount accessories, monitors, mics, and things like that. If you are a dedicated video only shooter, it's probably going to make more sense to look into a full cage, although if you do shoot a lot of video in portrait orientation, it might still make sense to look at an L-bracket. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you are using an L-bracket, or you're thinking about using an L-bracket, or you've never used an L-bracket before, let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, then hit the bell icon so that you can get notified about all the videos that I make on this channel. If you're interested in purchasing an L-bracket or any of the other gear that I've mentioned in this video, in the description below I'll have affiliate links so that you can purchase through those links at no extra cost to you, and that will help support this channel just a little bit so that I can continue making videos for you guys. Thanks, see ya.